From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabitha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game. I'm Nikodas, and here's Grebog.
Yep, I'm still Grebog. Unfortunately, there is no Tabby tonight. Tabby is feeling a bit under the weather and is taking time to relax, hopefully get it out of her system. I mean, yeah, because it's never good to not be feeling great. And so we wish you well. But tonight we have a special episode. Because it kind of started. Well, yeah, we kind of started in our chat behind the scene. Because we were like, trying to figure out what was going on with some things. So tonight we have Computer Run Program Fleet Action Report episode 238, Wielding Those Combat Logs. So yes, we're going to go into combat logs and the parsers that we maybe we don't all know about, but that you all should know about or may have heard of and not know what to do or how to use them, and hopefully we'll help you with that. And for those, being here while we record live is support enough. But if you want, you could also give us subscribe here or a follow on YouTube. I should really make that an automated little button I can do for the YouTube command. But if you don't want to give Twitch money, you can buy us a cup of coffee through Coffee, which is ko-fi.com/GREBOG, and because we all need coffee at some point, or some kind of caffeinated beverage.
We're gonna need a lot of it tomorrow.
Yeah. So Nikodas, how have you been? What's your week been like? Hopefully good.
I have not done a whole lot of gaming this week. I have digged around a little bit on WoW. I was actually working on that just before we went live here. I'm trying to collect all of the heritage armor sets, and I'm down to 3. I need the Dark Iron Dwarves, the Gnomes, and the Mecha Gnomes. Yeah. So I was working on my Dark Iron Dwarf. He's level 48. I need 2 more levels, and I can get the heritage armor for him. But so that's what I was working on the past couple days. But outside of that, I have really not done a whole lot of gaming. About the only other thing worth mentioning is STO's Daily. I did complete the current event and got the little reward here. I gotta say, this model of ship was used a lot in DS9 and TNG to represent a bunch of different things, from a cargo hauler to an alien ship and whatnot. So it's interesting that they put it into the game, and it's doubly interesting that it's only a tier 4 ship. So
yeah, I'm curious on that one.
I mean, I highly doubt you will see anybody flying around in this. About the only thing it's really good for is its bridge. If you didn't already have a bridge that had access to the exchange and the bank, then this will get it for you. But if you already had it, if you had the Grand Nagus ship that was given away a couple months ago or a month ago, then that has the same stuff and is probably a prettier bridge. But I mean, it's free, so take it as you will. And other than that, I've been focused on school, still trying to fight with work to get my schedule down pat, so it doesn't conflict with my school days. And that's really it. Although I'm doing good. I've got A in my nursing classes, and I've got currently a B in my psychology class.
Cool.
So yeah, doing pretty good. How about you, Grebog? What's your week been like?
Odd that you're talking about heritage armor, because I recently just did that myself. I went through. I had, so back when they did the time running, which a lot of people call, when they did the whole Mist of Pandaria, you're gonna plow through content and you can buy a bunch of cosmetics and stuff like that that have been long forgotten, and then they added recolors. And I used that leveling system to level up a bunch of the characters to trigger the ability to unlock heritage armor. But this last week I went through with a bunch of those and completed the heritage armor. Like, some of them are simple, like, oh hey, yay, you got to 50, here's your quest that says you get the armor. And some of them are, hey, you got to 50, here's story, and I need you to run across the world to get some story, which is fine. I mean, I like good story. The gnome ones was a bit lengthier than I expected, but still interesting enough. But yeah, I still have a few myself to pick up.
I like them. I almost universally. The goblin one was a little meh. But the rest of them I thought were pretty good that I've seen so far. I mean, like I said, I'm still missing 3. I think 3, maybe 4.
I'm right about there. I know I only need 1 horde side, and then the rest are all alliance.
I absolutely adore the Worgen heritage armor. That was so well done. And they're still missing, like, the pandas don't have theirs. I think they might be the only ones missing, not counting the Drakthir, but the Drakthir kind of come with theirs.
Yeah. But outside of that, I've been playing, obviously, STO, doing my dailies. Even though the event, I completed the event, got my reward, I'm still doing dailies because it's the event campaign. Because, you know, of all the events that we get, this is one that the 2 option TFOs to do don't take much time, and you can easily get them done. So I've been trying to take advantage of that fact, because I know there are some of these events that I really just don't want to bother with running over and over and over and over and over again just for more campaign completions. So like I said, I'm trying to take advantage of the fact this is simple and easy, quick. Yeah. I did still miss like a day or 2 because one day I just wasn't feeling 100%, so I decided just to not log in. But let's see. Outside of STO, gaming wise, I feel like I gambled. I gambled and won, I guess you could say, with the new lockbox. And I also shared some of the spoils with Nikodas, since he was here. When I catch Tabby next, she will get a few of the spoils as well. I have a kit module and a console for her as well. Yeah. But I kept the ship because I'm a greedy little son of a gun. For those that don't know, in my spare time in this game, I buy and sell keys on the exchange. I sell them high, and I buy them when they drop to silly low prices. So that's how I make my money. And when I get excess keys, I might open boxes. But that's enough.
Let's be honest here. You're the reason the keys are at 13 million apiece.
Probably. I mean, I don't undercut people. That's the thing. People are willing to buy keys at 12.5 million to 13 million. So just sell them there. If you're selling them at 12 million, all you're doing is giving someone that sells them at 13 million a million EC. Just say it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people just want it to sell really fast, though. So
I know, maybe they have something that they're really wanting off the exchange, and they want the money now. Yeah. Anyway, so STO's had a lot of information and news this week again. They've started the anniversary giveaways. For those that don't know, they normally do this every year. Basically, today is the experimental ship upgrade token. Make sure you go into the promo tab on the C store, Zen store, whatever you want to call it, and hit the claim button and get your free experimental ship upgrade. They have also done, yesterday it was a elite captain training token, and then the day before that was an what the upgrade, the
ultimate tech
ultimate tech upgrade. Yeah. So those were nice things that they've given out. Tomorrow, things that they've given away in the past have been uniforms, and they sometimes give us a ship or a tier 6 coupon. So don't make sure you're checking every day on the promotion tab. There is a blog post. I'll copy this link. I'll share it into chat here, and you can all take a look at that. And that post gets updated every day on what they're giving away. Normally it's only for 7 days that they do it. Essentially, as soon as the anniversary event starts, we will no longer be getting the free fees. So, yeah.
And it may stop before then. They usually don't do much more than 5 or 6 giveaways. Going along with that, the legendary bundle sale is going on, or will be going on. Did it start?
It started today.
Yeah, started today, goes until the 11th, so until Tuesday. There's 35% off ship bundles, and the 10th anniversary 10 ship bundle has returned as well. So if you have the money, go ahead and get it. Some of those ships are really good. As you can see, I don't own that bundle. Grebog does. Let's see. KDF Wants You. Now until Tuesday, you can create KDF recruits. These have special challenges and grant character and account unlockable rewards. If you have one already, you do not need to make another one. But if you don't have one, I do recommend that you go and create a Klingon character and run it through the tutorial until they give you the little device. Once you have that device, your character is forever a Klingon recruit, and you can take from now until the server shut down to get the achievements and the requirements done. So there's no rush once you have the device.
All right. And so they keep... There's some sprinkling of 15th anniversary info. We do know that it's going to start on the 11th, and typically it goes for 4 weeks. So there'll be that. This is going to be the 15th anniversary event. They haven't released what the event will involve. I'm going to guess they pretty much have already said that we're going to get a new well, maybe not a new mission. We're definitely getting a new story mission, at least one. It will likely be part of the event. Like do the mission and get credit for it. Always Q returns as well with his particle things that you have to go around and collect. And then there will normally be some other, like I think there's normally a couple TFOs involved as well that you can do for credit. Oh yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking of another thing. But yeah, there's normally some TFOs. This will also start the season 33, which is going to be called Star Trek Online Unveiled. And we do know that the ship reward is the Garrett Command Alliance Dreadnought Cruiser. Though speaking of ships, I know I keep seeing people wanting to know what the anniversary bundle this year is going to be. And we normally don't get details until after the anniversary event starts. They then will start leaking the information, well, showing us images of the ships in a nice little graphic. And then the bundle will become available at the end of the event. Though they have already kind of hinted that the Arc Royale is going to be in it. A TMP Shangri-La 2 is going to be potentially in it. I believe there was some rumor of a TMP Exeter.
I want to point out, once again, that there are new owners, and new owners may do things differently. So just keep your eye on the news. Keep your eye on the Facebook pages or whatever you use to keep up with STO, our Discord. Because it may not work that way. They may do things differently. We don't know.
Yeah, but
and then the no-win scenario featured event is still going on. You've got about a week. No, yeah, on the 11th it ends.
5 days.
So you got 5 days to get your completions in. The reward is the Merchantman Freighter. The bridge is what you're looking to get with that, which then you can use on any ship. This bridge does contain a quartermaster, which is a commodities vendor, bank, exchange, and mail. So basically you can access that stuff from anywhere in the game without having to go to a city, like ESD or the first city to access that stuff. Obviously, 5 days is not enough to get your 14 completions, but it is enough to finish them if you are under that many. Or, you can get a hefty buyout if you want to purchase it. Along with the ship, you get 3 TFO reward boxes, which is either a spec point or a enhanced universal tech upgrade, and 25,000 dilithium ore.
Oh, right. And, of course, this is part of the year-long event campaign that has just started. Campaign 7, woo!
Which is going to reward 2 tokens for the Zen store, 1 premium ship, and 1,500 Lobi. You get all that.
Oh, right. Now our primary target. Combat logs. What are they? How do I get access to them? All that fun stuff. That can be. Oh, now my computer's going to be slow on opening up the file explorer. Thank you, computer. I hear you're recording something. I'm going to take my sweet time.
Yeah, done that figure.
Because I wanted to make sure to get a... Do you want me to use old logs, or do we want to record one tonight?
We can record one. I don't care.
Then
I kind of thought that was the plan. I'm on the ship that I want to fly.
Let me park this old log quick. So that way it will do a whole new log. Because I want to...
What do you want to do to record?
So that's another good thing to note. Now, if you're going to do ground, the best ground TFO to parse is bug hunt. If you're going to do space, a lot of people like to go to, there's Hive. Let's see. I know, obviously there's the Borg ones. So infected space. Kittimer, I believe, is one as well. But the reason they like to pick some of the reason basically infected space is the top is because there is almost no stop in combat from once you start to when you finish. So you can get your best DPS from if you're good from beginning to end. So we could now you'll see varying results based off of advanced and elite, and that's going to partially also be for the fact that in advanced they have a set health pool, and in elite they have even more. So you get a little more burn and damage time before you have to move. Though some people are getting to the point that they're burning the entire TFO in like 31 seconds or some silly nonsense like that. But yeah, some things that you're going to want to know how to do is how to start a combat log. And essentially you want a command that will basically that does combat log, all one word, 1 to start, and then if you want to technically stop it, which you really don't have to anymore, you would do combat log, again, all one word, 0. Here, I'll just copy that. And then there are some macros a lot of people like to use. And I'll also copy that here in a second into chat. They will definitely, so you'd do / combat log in game. So it would be like, that. But, or I guess maybe it's the other way, the other /. There is a bind a lot of people like to use that is very similar. Unrecognized command. Yeah, it's not a command for you, buddy. I put it there. And then you, like, instead, and at the @ handle, you would just instead put your, like, I'm Real Grebog. So I put @Real Grebog. So whenever I hit my F10 button, it tells me the combat log has started. Very simple, very easy. And then I have another one that does it for F11 for the stop. The only reason you might want to start and stop is if, let's say, you are doing a bunch of runs and recording a bunch of combat logs, you might want to stop it, split the combat file, and then start a new one. So
it's worth noting on that name, I believe if you are a newer player, then your @ handle will include a pound followed by some numbers. You will need to include that as well. Grebog and I are old enough that our handles don't have the pound number. So when he says @Real Grebog, that's literally all that we have. We don't have the pound followed by numbers.
And if you're curious on how to know what your @ handle is, one, you could type something out into your fleet and it should tell you. But two, let's see, there was an easy way I used to find it in.
You can send yourself a tell too.
Yeah.
Send yourself a whisper.
You can also look at, like, if you're in a fleet, look in the fleet roster. It's whatever's after the @ symbol. Like you can see here, it's @Nikodas or @Real Grebog. If I were to show you offline players, you would see some people would be like @Real Grebog pound 59213 or something, you know.
I've got one right here in chat. There's Dolph @Peter 1 Pepe pound 23149. So he has the numbers. And then right under him, there's Daddy Warbucks @Soft Daddy, and he does not. It just depends on when you created your account.
Yeah. But those I really like those macros, because it just makes it so much simpler.
So, are you wanting me to queue us up for a Borg one?
Let's do infected space advanced at least. Should be good enough. It'll be quick. We'll slaughter stuff. Now, if you think you're going to Wayun, if you think you're going to go into one of these TFOs and do 2 or 3 million DPS, you're going to be gravely mistaken. The doing that, those numbers are very specialized runs.
The situation there's
basically the entire team is buffing you to get you to that point.
Yeah.
So if you want to put out that kind of numbers, you need to run with a team with the understanding that that is exactly what they are going to be there for, to buff you.
and there's a lot of flying right. I don't know how to put it other than that. Because if you don't fly right, you're not going to get the numbers. And that can be true even with this. It's just, yeah.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data is available.
Resistance is futile.
The nanite probes can repair the transformers. Stop them.
Like, I may not have a huge parse on this. I don't know. I actually don't know what this ship does.
You know, it's fun.
It is fun.
I almost died back there. Glad I
A
didn't.
probe is closing in on a transformer.
Yeah,
Destroy
yeah.
it. A probe is closing in on a transformer. Destroy it.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
And that's all you have to do. First off, you know, get a log in recorded.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has
You
been
can go ahead
destroyed.
and leave the map.
However, our scans of the starbase are
And
still
this is where the fun starts.
We will need to send an away team there to look for some.
So once I'm out of here, I'm going to go ahead and end the combat logs just so that way the combat parsers don't have any real issues, I guess would be a good way to put it. Because anytime a computer has multiple programs using the same file, sometimes wonky things happen. So it's, though most of these parsers don't really, they're not writings, they're just reading, so it's not a big deal. It's typically when you're trying to have two programs write to the same file. But because we're in a show and I want to make sure things aren't gonna be weird, I'm
hope.
just, yeah, I hope. Let's see here. I need to going to put that there. Let's see. Put these all back. All the combat parsers.
While he is compiling information, I just want to point out for anybody who might be interested, Grebog is flying the brand new Breen ship that came out in this Breen lockbox. It is a 32nd century ship. He's using a really dark, there's, so you can see the detached nacelles and the bits floating around the front of the ship. I really like this ship. This is from the last season of Discovery. I dig it. I like it. And then I am flying an older ship, actually. I am in the Bozeman Intel Heavy Frigate. And it's not a legendary or a lockbox ship or anything, but I really like this ship. Primarily because of the Intel seating on here.
There. I lightened up the ship.
Oh yeah, that helps. Now you don't blend into the earth.
I put on the Section 31 vanity shield because I kind of like it. And to me, this ship kind of, I don't know. It would be a ship that would probably be this dark because it would want to blend in. All right. this is where things get interesting. First, you need to know where you find your combat logs. That is, now that we've recorded one, though, you're gonna notice that there are all kinds of weird logs when I switch my scene here. Let's see, desktop. And now you can see that combat logs are quite simply, it's wherever your program file, like STO, is saved. And then, so mine is in program, like on my D drive program files, x86 Star Trek Online _ EN, because English. And then there's a Star Trek Online live logs / game client. Yeah, all this will be detailed in the show notes. And what you're going to look for is right here. It is combatlog.log. And that is the one, the file you're looking for. Like here, I can open this up, and you can see here, it's a bunch of weird numbers with player handles and so on and so forth, and doesn't make a lot of sense if you look at it by hand. So that is where the combat parsers come in. Now, something to note: most of the combat parsers, like there are what, 5 of them roughly, I think. So Axiom, which is STO Combat Meter. There's CLA, which is Combat Log Analyzer. CLR, which is Combat Log Reader. STO CAT, which is STO Combat Analyzing Tool. There's Oscar, OSCR, which is Open Source Combat Log Reader. They pretty much all do the same thing. All of them have varying benefits and drawbacks to them. I have links that'll go into the show notes on where you can find them all. SCM is one of the older ones I know of. Maybe some are older than it. This one, what used to be the big one that was tied to the like DPS League, and they used it a lot because it has built-in ways to. Here, I'll show you what it looks like when I open this up. And up here. And there you go. You can see our combat parse now on the screen. I did 188K, Nikodas did 145K, and the other 3 people assisted. So, I mean, not great numbers, not terrible numbers. I mean, though Nikodas and I were competing for who was top dog. So, like I said, there's only so much health in the TFO, which is why they do those specialized runs, because if one person's doing all of the damage, you're not competing with someone else. You won't, like, pull away from that person's potential DPS, if that makes sense. But so this one is simple. Like, we could even like, there's a real-time parser that it comes with. I don't like it. It doesn't work as well as I had hoped. But you can look, like, by default it has DPS bar. You can look at a DPS chart if you want to see who was doing, like, it looks like Nikodas burst way up high at the front. You can even look at it this way to see all the peaks. I don't know. Yeah, it's up to you. And you can even, like, if you want to do it has a player combat analysis, which a lot of these have that. So you can, in this window, you can pick the different players that were in it, and you can see exactly where all the damage came from. Apparently my hexacannons did. What pets do I have? It says pets, and they did the most damage. That's fascinating.
Maybe it's attributing you with somebody else's pets.
Well, or, I know what it is. I bet it's my Gemini device. Because it summons pets. It summons 2 enterprises, and they may be only marked as pets.
That's interesting.
Because I don't see... See, that's the other thing. You can go through here and verify where the damage came from. Obviously, you can see I have the complex plasma fires, and this is a plasma build, and it did the next damage after the hexacannons. And you can even see here how highly ranked the Pavin proton beam array did on a cannon scatter volley build that I yeah, it's fine. But yeah, so it lets you see, like, and we can look at Nikodas and all his details. I'm not going to show you the details on all of the different, like, go into it as much as I am right now, because it's going to just be repetitive once I go into other parsers. A lot of people still like to use STO combat meter. The issue that why many people are switching away from it is it was last updated June 8th in 2018. We are now closing in on 7 years later that since it's been updated. Eventually it's going to stop working. That like Windows will do an update or something, and it just is going to bork. And that's going to be that. The person that created the program used to be a big STO player and has decided to stop playing back in 2018 and hasn't come back. There's no, doesn't sound like there's any plan that they're coming back. They sounded like they were pretty done with the game. And I mean, that's fine. You know, everyone has their reasons for playing or stopping. It just means that, you know, since he didn't share his code, didn't pass on the project's essentially is dead. And someone else, that's why other combat meters have popped up, and some of them too have died since then. So let's see. I'll save. The reason I'm saving Oscar for last is, well, you know, it's one of the newer ones. Let's see. I have CLA. Is that the one? Well, CLA is a good one, but but it's STO Combat Log Analyzer. It is another combat parser. It's not a bad one. So you just have to refresh. It will once you've gone into the settings and told it where your log file is, you just have to hit refresh when you load it up, and it will find it. There are things in here that you can also change, like if you go on a different theme, light, dark, dark. There's apparently a darker one. I went with the light dark instead of the dark. But yeah, you can put custom rules in here. I don't go into that. So this one has a lot of interesting features. I just don't know. Oh, this is not the log file I'm looking for. Why is it?
These are not the logs you're looking for.
It is not. So browse, game client, combat log, open. It was the file that I'm like, oh, if we just want me to pull up a log file, I can pull up one. Here you can again see various things. You can click on different people if you want to take them out of the display for whatever reason. I don't. You can also go to outgoing damage. You can expand it like the other one, and it will show you everything. And here the pets are named as USS Enterprise. And then it shows all the stuff they do. So this one has a little bit more detail. So you don't just get pets. Which we could also see you had a pet too. Maybe it was your, no, maybe the warp crystal showed up as a pet. I don't know.
I'll say
But
I really shouldn't have any pets, but you know.
well, see, that's the thing with like STO SCM. Like, yeah, SCM is not getting updated anymore, so it doesn't know how to. Oh, hey, this is a pet. It is named this, and I need to show in the combat log that it just says pets. It's not going to get updated. That's not going to ever get fixed. Which is unfortunate. I mean, because it was such a good one for so long. And then, like, and a lot of these also have in here where you can save combat. You can copy it. So like if I wanted to copy it and put it into stream chat there, you can all see then the output. Some people, when they're running with streamers, like to share combat logs like that. Pretty much all of them have a way for you to do that. But STO, yeah, the combat log analyzer is a pretty good one. Let's see here. CLR, which is combat log reader. This one is a clunky one. It's that's not the right file. Browse. No, I don't want to rename the folder. Like I said, this is a bit of a clunky one. Come on. Did you just work on me?
I didn't. Maybe.
No, this program. Okay, now. But here you can see it even puts in all the enemies, which is fine if you want to see what damage they did as well. But like here, you can click on a person. Like if you click on the full thing, it will show the top DPS. Apparently, Core Breach did more damage than one of the people in the group. So there is that. But you can then also, like I said, again, start clicking down and seeing all the details about stuff. This one also doesn't have pets. Oh no, it does pets as a separate, and then it tells you all the different pets and all of their damage. Here, let's see what your pets are listed as. Your anti-time entanglement singularity, your Tholian warp crystals, and there were some unknown pets that got attributed with chemocyte laced weaponry. That's interesting.
Huh.
But so this one also was a DPS league, as you can see by the name thing on the top. It is also one I would say that has been deprecated. It's still listed as supported on DPS League's webpage. However, it hasn't been updated since August 27th, 2021. And to me, it is a bit of a clunky, weird. I mean, it does the job. It's just a little, it's clunky in my opinion. I'm not a big fan. But also it hasn't been updated in a while, and I'm not a big fan of things that aren't updated. And okay, then we have the STO Cat, which is combat analyzing tool. This one I don't know if it is still being updated or not. It's been a while since it has been updated, but it has the same, go find your combat log, bring it in, and then it shows you this. This is by it's someone that works with the DPS League people a lot. I've seen the name around. Like I said, I just don't know what their status is on this, or if they have stopped because DPS, like the STO builds community, has started their own thing and took over. But also you'll notice that each time I open up one of these combat logs, that there's we have different numbers here than what we did in the previous one. Like here it says I only did 186K, while the one I copied into chat says I did 188K. So they calculate things a little bit differently, and yeah. You can show different modes, like if there's different, like a lot of these have some configuration to them. And I think you can even upload this, like if for those that are wanting to have their numbers posted into DPS League and whatnot, you can upload your DPS numbers, like if I do that, and it will upload them. Now, yeah, I don't know. That's not always my goal is uploading parses. Again, like I said, I don't know. I just don't know how much that one's being updated anymore, because this last one, which is open source combat log Raider, it is the one that has kind of taken over for a lot of them. So if we analyze here, it has this. Like some of the others, it even has like you can have it parse older, you can have it export the combat. If you want to copy it, you have up on the top right here, copy result, which would do the same thing as posting it into chat. The latter thing is so that way you could upload your result. So like if you click that, it would upload it. And then it will even tell you, come back and be like, oh, so-and-so new entry 4, and it was uploaded, updated entry 4. And then it even tells you what season, because apparently the DPS folks have started breaking the DPS charts that they handle into seasons, because which to me it kind of makes sense. As the game changes and gets updated, more content, more gear happens, and it kind of that way you're not invalidating old logs. You know, that season set is going to just get locked once the new season starts. Like here we have a new entry for Nikodas, and so it uploaded for Nick, a new upload for Nick, and yeah. I like that this one tells you the outcome of your upload. And if you want details, you can, let's see, I remember, like, yes, it too can do the damage graphs like the others, but you click on analyze, and then you can click go break down the players like the other ones. And as you can see here, it too breaks out the enterprises. Apparently I had USS Enterprise 2349, 2348, 2188, and 2187 as my pets. More pets. But and though with this one, if you want to see details, like you have to click this unfreeze on the side, and then you can click on the thing and it will show you, oh, this is where I did all this damage. And this is where all that the hexacannon damage was, and all the enterprise damages, and so on and so forth. Like you can just keep clicking to kind of compare and see time wise where all that was. You can tell it to parse older combats, though. I think you can also go up here where this pencil is and manage log file. You can repair it if for some reason there's something wrong, like the log file, like I don't know what all this is supposed to do, but basically if there's something known that to break parsing, they've been trying to add that in to help repair things. You can trim a log file, removes all combats except the most recent. It is a way to clean up log art like files for you, or you can even split, which would basically like here, I want to split out this log file, and I could just name it for like do ISA and then do show recording on it and call it combat log, and it will save the log file for you. So if you want to save out a log file, almost all of them have a way to do that. Some of them have a cleaner method of saving out the log files than others. Some of them are a little more clunky, which is probably the ones I told you were clunky when I was talking about them. In general, like this one even has built in the like you could look like, let's say we just did infected the conduit, or no, yeah, so we could go in here and look at the top 50 people and their DPS. Now the top people, like with these 2 million DPS runs, they could have been solo runs, or they could have even been potentially like supported runs would be a good way to put it. And you'll probably, like those that are in the DPS side of things, probably would recognize some of these top players are like in the top list here. So I was like, because Michi is someone that is one of the number crunchers, theory crafters that some people work with to try to figure out builds. Cheops is as well. Yeah, like Nick and so on. Yeah, like there's a lot of people in here that they know their stuff, which is why they're there. I don't know if there's a way to search for. Oh yes, there's. At the bottom you can search. Like I could put in here at Real Grebog. I can spell my own. Maybe. I don't list. Oh, we didn't. Let's see. We did in face.
We, I mean, you and I may not have anything uploaded, man.
Well, it may be. This one may only be limited to showing the top 50. And I think that's what it is. Though, if you want to come in here, like let's say, let's look at Michi. We click on his name, click view parse. And yeah, it was a solo run. He did a solo run. And you can look at all the different things that did damage in his ship. So you could kind of get an idea of what the build was he was using. In case you're curious. I don't know that. Yeah. But combat logs. Anyone have questions on combat logs? I kind of feel like I've been rambling a bit.
You have, but that's okay. We expected it. It is 11 o'clock. We are out of time. But I would like to do the daily if you don't mind.
Sure. I'll leave one last thing. Let me put it back to this screen. The one last thing I have to say about combat logs is if you're going to use them, I would just use the OSCR, Oscar, as many people are calling it, or CLA. Those two are being updated. Those two are probably the best of the two of the bunch anyway. And yeah.
Okay. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
Events. Featured. Kobayashi Maru. Next week, are we going to do I lost it. I had it.
Anniversary event?
Oh, I guess that would be next week. Okay, so anniversary event will be next week. The week after that, are we going to do how to take video and stuff?
Sure. Weiyun. Sure, we can do.
demo
do
report.
the
We haven't done
anniversary
that in a
event
while.
or something about the anniversary event. Because we'll have to decide if we want to do the mission, if the new missions in game or not.
We might. We've done it before where we had to split it depending on how long the mission is.
Yeah.
So that actually may end up being 2 episodes. Which I am cool with. Hey, we got a jelly. That will make this a cakewalk.
I mean, I could have flipped to a jelly too, but you know.
I noticed something for that last run that we parsed.
Yes.
I oopsed.
How'd you oops?
I did not activate my custom power matrix. I didn't have any of my buffs on. Alright, here we go.
I'm just gonna look pretty apparently, cause like you all are killing shit before I even.
The jelly put himself in a bad spot, I
Another
think.
wave is coming your way.
No, I think he's got a teleporter.
Exit area immediately.
Oh.
I think they have the subspace fracture tunnel because they jumped over there. They were on the other side of the map. I think they targeted the Kobayashi Maru and then
Heads up.
jumped.
Another wave is coming your way.
Okay. That's respectable. That's one way to move a jelly around, I guess. It's still in the field. Okay, we'll take it.
The next wave is incoming.
More Klingons.
Warning. Ship is under attack. The next wave is incoming.
That's some shit. I was
Someone
like,
has a potent carrier build in here.
Hey, it happens.
Well, no, I've
The
just
fix is active. Ship is under attack.
saying because like all of a sudden everything, you know,
Not
I
over
see
yet. The next wave is
hanger
coming.
pets out there
Enemy
doing a
assault
bunch of
incoming.
damage.
Survive the
This
onslaught.
jelly seems to be dealing a decent amount of damage too. I'm up here out of range. Okay.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh, and this is round 6. I didn't even realize how fast we were going.
Left shield failing. Target's shields have failed. Rear shields failing. Core shield is failing.
Did our jelly get deactivated? Our jelly got deactivated.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
It's not over yet. The next wave is coming. All right, everyone. This
It's not over yet.
is over.
Yeah, it is apparently.
That was fun. All right, guys. So tune in Monday night for Fun Night, where we will just be showing up and blowing stuff up. And then Thursday we'll be running the new event. And as always, I will see you out there.
For Tabby, be fun, have safe, and don't set yourselves on fire. Live long and prosper, everybody. Stick around. We will raid somebody. Computer end program.